Back on WHOU at Caribou High School, getting set for Game 2 of this doubleheader. This time it's, well, same two schools, but it's going to be the boys' game with Caribou and MDI. The Vikings coming into this game unbeaten. The defending state champions lost one starter off last year, Austin Finland. And, well, Parker Depre, second leading scorer in the Big East, averaging just north of 22 points per game. And, well, he's going to be the focal point of the defense for MDI, but the Vikings have a lot of weapons.
Well, yeah, he might be the focal point, but they do have basically every kid that steps on the floor for him can put the ball in the basket. So he is averaging 22 a game. He's gotten bigger, stronger from last year. No question about it. And he's their leader. But, you got Isaac Marker who can put up big numbers if you need him to. Sawyer Depre has really picked up his offensive side of things. Alex Bushart can get to the basket. Ethan Holsworth, taller, stronger this year. He can put points on the board as well, and just a tough matchup for any team they come up against. And saw it last year, and no different. I mean, you mentioned they graduated just one player, but teams can maybe play with them for, I don't know, a quarter, 2 quarters, even three and a half quarters. But in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, they kind of separate themselves in those tight games. They did last year, and I don't see any reason why they couldn't this year.
Our first chance to look at the MDI Trojans this year, head coached by Justin Norwood. Again, just like the girls' side, a perennial program, always in the thick of things. And they may be, a lot of people are considering it to be a rebuild year in quotation marks, but still, they're going to be competitive just because of the style that they play.
Well, and it's one of those things, it's next man up for MDI. As their JV team is always solid, so those kids, step into the varsity roles, and Coach Norwood likes to run 7, 8, 9, 10 kids into the ball game and keep his kids fresh. They play with a high intensity, and offense might not be there every game, but defense certainly can, and that's been a staple for MDI.
All right, now we'll send it out to the floor. We'll meet the starting lineups, brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union.
In support of good sportsmanship. We have great pride in our student athletes, and we wish to exemplify that pride through the efforts everyone displays in sportsmanship. Positive behavior should be modeled during all interscholastic activities. Encourage and support all these athletes, coaches, and officials. Please do not woo, taunt, or degrade anyone or any part of this game. Thank you for your support of sportsmanship in high school athletics. Now let's meet the participants in today's contest. First, the non-starters for MDI, a junior, number 10, Ethan Merchant. A junior, number 20, Maddox Lorendo. A senior, number 24, Eric Merchant. A sophomore, number 30, Charlie Parker. A senior, number 40, Jeremy French. A junior, number 42, Grady Bowman Webster. And the senior, number 44, Will Hodgson. And the reserves for Caribou, a senior, number 12, Jake Bukowski. A sophomore, number 20, Michael Griffin. A senior, number 32, Jake Hall. A junior, number 24, Robin Barnes. A junior, number 40, Corey Herbert. A junior, number 42, Zach Mador. A junior, number 44, Riley Bouchard. A senior, number 50, Joey Gregson. A junior, number 52, Carter Twist. And a junior, number 54, Caleb Esplin. Now for today's starters, first from MDI, a junior, number 12, Brady Renault. From Caribou, a junior, number 10, Ethan Holdsworth. From MDI, a junior, number 14, Hayden Lunt. From Caribou, a junior, number 30, Sawyer Depre. From MDI, a senior, number 22, Jack DeCourty. From Caribou, a senior, number 24, Isaac Marker. From MDI, a senior, number 34, Nate Philbrook. Caribou senior captain, number 5, Alex Bouchard. From MDI, a junior, number 54, Porter Isaacs. And from Caribou senior captain, number 22, Parker Debray. MDI is coached by Jason Norwood, who is assisted by Ryan Nestor Paulo, Kyle McKinn, and Scott Morrell. Caribou is coached by Kyle Corrigan, who's assisted by Ben Roster, Jeremiah Fitzherbert, and Andre Rosignol. The officials for today's game are Mrs. Google, Mr. Clark, and Mr. Worcester.
All right, those are your starting lineups for MDI and Caribou. The officials, Mrs. Goupel, Mr. Clark, and Mr. Worcester. MDI starting Brady Renault, Caden Lunt, Jack DeCourty, Nate Philbrook, and Porter Isaacs. Caribou with Alex Bouchard, Ethan Holdsworth, Parker and Sawyer Depre, and Isaac Marker. MDI in the visiting green uniforms, Caribou in the home whites. It'll be Isaacs and Depre to tip it off at center. And we're just about set for tip. Tip will be controlled by the Vikings as Depre won it cleanly. And the Vikings will get the first possession. It'll be Alex Bouchard and now Parker Depre.
And the Trojans going to start out man-to-man.
We all know MDI plays terrific defense as we get a hand check call here.
It's going to go on Nate Philbrook.
MDI foul on number 34, Nate Philbrook.
Is Caribou able to spread the floor with the amount of athletes they have in that starting lineup?
Well, and every one of them can handle it out on the perimeter. They can take it to the basket. They can knock down shots. They are a tough matchup. And you see Isaac Marker from a couple feet behind the line, drilling it early. You mentioned, Parker Depre being the focus of the defense, but just so many weapons.
And Marker just one of them. Is out on the perimeter. DeCourty lost the handle, able to scoop it up, guarded by Ethan Holdsworth. A terrific soccer season for the junior. Had 37 goals in the Northern Maine Championship soccer team that Caribou had, as a jumper put up there by Philbrook.
Yeah, the step out by Depre just a little late. Nice curl.
Sawyer Depre drives baseline, up with it, able to bank it home.
It went right around Lunt. Defense not able to rotate in time.
Depre able to get around Isaacs, pokes it loose. Now his brother Parker Depre bounces it to Sawyer. He'll lay it up and in.
They get out on the break. It was all created by the feet. Moving those feet. Sawyer Depre gets around, knocks the ball away. What's he do? He runs the floor and gets rewarded.
Lunt throws it away here. Yeah, Depre lost some weight in the offseason. Says he's about 20 pounds lighter. I don't know where he had 20 pounds to lose. But
well, me either, but I like to get on that program.
His feet are quicker this season.
Well, it was all created right there on the defense. Got around Isaacs. Great anticipation.
Parker Depre for 3, left it short. Lunt, inside-out dribble at the mid-post. Kick it out to DeCourty. Drives baseline. Called for the travel.
They just took the extra step getting stopped. MDI going to throw on some full-court pressure.
Marker fakes the toss to Depre, and instead we'll find Alex Bouchard, the point guard for the Vikings. Now to Parker Depre ahead of the field. He'll lay it up and in.
Well, they tried to run a couple players at the ball, and Tom Brady asked over the top of everybody for the easy two.
Holdsworth off the miss from Philbrook. Now in transition, Bouchard to the basket and one. The senior will head to the line.
Well, quick start here for the Vikings out in the open floor. The strength of Bouchard able to finish with the contact. That's the one thing I've noticed seeing these kids We came up for a field trip earlier in the year to the high school here and seen them in the hallways. Every one of them has gotten physically stronger. A little bit taller.
DeCourty lost the handle. He's going to go off his knee, and it'll be Caribou basketball. The Vikings already lead by 10 as Ethan Merchant will check in.
Well, we talked about averaging 77 on the season. Only about 2.5 minutes in, and they got a dozen.
Bouchard will hand off to Sawyer Depre, junior. Older brother Parker, senior this year. Marker lets it fly. Too strong. Holdsworth able to save it to Alex Bouchard.
And that's the athleticism you're talking about, Stevie. He was able to get up in the air and get himself turned around where he could see a teammate. Didn't just turn around and throw it.
Parker Depre isolates and is fouled. So Parker Depre will head to the charity stripe. We talk about Ethan Holdsworth in his soccer season. All New England performer was Parker Depre. So it's not just basketball.
No, it isn't. It's a bunch of athletes. A lot of juniors and seniors for the Vikings. Got it done on the soccer field. Went to the state championship.
As Parker Depre makes the first.
Number 24, Eric Merchant.
Lorendo enters the game. So Lorendo off the bench. Depre will get set for the second free throw and connects as well. Early 4 points and a timeout called by Justin Norwood. We'll take it with him. 60-second break. 12-point advantage for the Vikings. We're back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
This is Neil. Can I help you? You're where? I'll be right there. What'd you guys do?
Giving steals.
That's all you did? Yes. There's nothing wrong with that. I guess there is something wrong with giving away steals.
Still, this 2016 CRV SC now only $17,995.
I don't know why.
They were good steals.
At the Maine Baseball Academy, our top priority is to create an experience of advanced learning and skill development for all ages. The YMCA indoor turf facility has many resources that we use to our advantage while developing young athletes. Our top-tier coaching staff includes Director of Operations Ryan Lincoln and John Fry, Searsport District High School, Cody Collins, Bangor Christian Schools, and Cam Archer, Old Town High School. Follow us on Facebook at Maine Baseball Academy or call today for more information.
12-point advantage for the Vikings. MDI Boys with possession. Philbrook in the paint. Jumper gets the roll. Nate Philbrook with all four for the Trojans. And out of the set play from the baseline, the pass intended for Marker intercepted. And now Bouchard takes it right back away. Finds Sawyer Depre ahead of the field. And a foul call here on Ethan Merchant. Sawyer Depre headed to the charity stripe.
MDI foul on number 10, Ethan Merchant.
The MDI faithful not agreeing with the call. May have a point. Hard to say.
We don't have the fortune of instant replay yet.
Yeah, is that something the viewers keep them in suspense? Might be coming?
Might be coming. Merchant crosses over. Depre tried to poke it away from behind. Now it's loose. Bouchard with numbers. Bounces it to Sawyer Depre, who will lay it up and in.
Oh, what a hard charging dribble by Alex Bouchard. Realized Depre was there the entire time. Creates the angle. What a feed.
Sawyer Depre with 8 points in this first quarter. Lead is 14. They're working around. That's Ethan Merchant. And we're going to get a call here. An offensive foul on Ethan Merchant.
And he'd have been all right if he hadn't extended the forearm. There was going to be no contact.
That'll be number 2 on him as MDI will apply full court pressure. Lunt is in for Philbrook. And as well in for MDI is Charlie Parker.
14, Peyton Lunch, and number 30, Charlie Parker.
Marker throws it to space. Depre pokes it to his brother, and he'll lay it up for 2.
You know, that's a heads-up play as the MDI defender was back there, going to break up the play, but able to see Sawyer running the lanes.
30-second timeout called by MDI. We'll keep it right here, though. 20-4 is your score. So in 4 minutes and 6 seconds, Caribou's put up 20 points. They lead by 16. And
well, again, a lot of it's out in the open floor, whether it be off of a rebound or off a steal or even a made basket. They are getting back at it. Teams just don't see that every day. Vikings running the lanes, filling it up.
Score update from Presque Isle. The Eagles lead at the end of one quarter, 20-16 over Presque Isle.
It's Christmas season. I'm giving Bobby points out like candy. That was one. The tip, the floor vision. Parker Depre.
Still waiting for a Bobby Award sponsor.
Well, you're out on the trail there. I figure you'd find one by now.
Well, I'm not out selling ads. I'm selling pens.
Yeah, that and stationery.
Merchant. An offensive foul called on Lunt as he barreled through Parker Depre. That is the 16th foul on MDI, as I think I've heard a couple 0-6, as there's no fouls called yet on Caribou.
That always sticks out.
Not only will the fans let the ref know, but the coaches will as well. Holdsworth to Marker. Pulls up. Nails it.
You run at him for behind the arc. Uses the bounce. Gets into the 15-foot foul line area. Again, we talk about the weapons.
Parker. Now it's Eric Merchant. Parker drives baseline, shut off. Ethan Merchant. Now Eric Merchant for 3.
Eric Merchant.
Much needed bucket there.
Marker will let it fly, can't answer. Eric Merchant on the rebound, harassed by Holdsworth in the backcourt. Ethan Merchant in the lane, leans in. Holdsworth got a piece of it. Merchant gets it back, lays it off to Lunt, and he'll put it up and in.
That's just good work there, sticking with it.
Parker Depre goes over to Isaac Marker, drives baseline, hangs in the air, and finishes.
What a quick first step by Marker. Unbelievable. And then the body control, as you mentioned, just hung in the air, split the defenders. Able to use the window.
Backdoor feed, looking for Lunt, was off the mark.
Well, they had him on the flex cut, coming across the baseline. Just high and wide.
22, Jack Jacordi.
Parker Depre. There's the MDI running players in and out. Right now, Caribou sticking with their starting 5.
Well, we saw that a lot last year, the Iron 5 mentality.
Bouchard has it, left-hand dribble, up with the floater, couldn't get it to fall. A minute 50 to play first quarter, 24-9, Caribou leading. Eric Merchant fakes the 3, pulls it back out. It goes over to Ethan Merchant. Parker, Merchant. And a hand check call on Sawyer Depre.
Caribou foul on number 30, Sawyer Depre.
They're on the board.
Entering the game for MDI, number 54, Porter Isaacs.
Porter Isaacs back in. And they lob it into Isaacs, backing down on Sawyer Depre. Got a piece of the shot.
Well, you see that move on television. I thought I saw that one Christmas Day. Back him down.
Merchant couldn't save it.
Watched more NBA on Christmas Day than I have in 10 years. Saw that move all kinds of times.
Marker will trigger it in, finds Parker Depre, double teamed. Didn't matter as he's still able to lay it up and in.
The defenders just go straight up. Depre beats him to the spot.
Isaacs double teamed, still puts up the left-handed shot, and you get a foul call on the Vikings.
Yeah, and Ethan Holdsworth.
Foul on number 10, Ethan Holdsworth.
Porter Isaacs at the line. Misses the first. As the first sub of the game will enter soon, it is going to be Jake Burkowski.
Entering the game for Caribou, number 12, Jake Burkowski.
They'll check in for Isaac Marker. As Isaacs made the second. His first points of the game. Isaac Marker will check out with 7 points in this first quarter. Parker Depre also has, well, he's at 6. As we have a minute remaining. Holdsworth out to Parker Depre. Will let it fly. Misses. Ball still loose. And picked up by Isaacs. 26-10 your score. Renault will find Lunt for 3. Off the mark. And ahead of the field is Ethan Holdsworth. Catches it and a lay it up and in.
There's a big board there by Sawyer Depre with Isaacs on his back. Rips it out. Holdsworth leaks out for the easy 2.
Parker thought about it. Renault in the paint. DeCourty, his shot, rims in.
We've used that play a couple different times. Able to curl into the middle of the lane.
Depre misses. He's going to be called for the
they're going to get a
offensive
player
foul.
control foul, initiating the contact. Going the other way.
So an offensive foul called on Parker Depre.
MDI foul, number 22, Jack DeCourty. Entering the game for Caribou, number 34,
Not a well-received
44,
whistle.
16-point lead for Caribou. And MDI with the basketball. 5 seconds remaining, actually, in this first quarter. Isaacs backing down on Holdsworth. The hook shot banks it in.
Yeah, nice position there, using the body, creating some space.
But at the end of one, it's 28-14. Caribou leads. We're back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Lincoln Power Sports is the leading ATV, snowmobile parts, accessories, and outdoor equipment dealer in Lincoln. Whether you're looking for the latest new products from BRP, Can-Am, Skidoo, or today's best clothing and accessories, we've got it. It's no wonder riders and customers trust Lincoln Power Sports for ATV and snowmobile service and installation of parts and accessories. Stop by our store or browse our extensive online catalog from anywhere in the world. Call 207-794-8100. We would love to hear from you.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
MDI will have the basketball to begin the second quarter. Renault down low to Isaacs. Great post position in the mismatch on Bouchard. Couldn't finish. Second chance still in the air off of Isaacs. Excuse me, that's not Porter. That's Will Hodgson.
It just battling there. Couldn't bring it in, tipped it out. Go back over to the Vikings.
So Isaacs and Hodgson both in there. Maybe just Nora looking to establish some inside position with those two big guys underneath. Burkowski for 3, misfires.
And Isaacs at the end of the quarter and to start this second quarter, really able to get the ball inside, finish the quarter, but couldn't get that one to go last possession.
Post entry pass intended for Isaacs, intercepted by Sawyer Depre.
And we saw that in the first quarter. Depre using the feet, getting around.
And a reach-in call here. Oh, they're going to get Depre with a travel.
And you wonder why I question you. You had the reach in, and it's a travel violation. I will say, though, that's probably the first one you've missed in 3 years of me haunting you.
Just because there was a travel doesn't mean there wasn't a foul. Renault with DeCourty underneath. Isaacs leans in, and he'll put it up and in.
Well, making an effort to get the ball to the big fella. taking advantage.
28-16. Holdsworth across the arc. Lobs it to Sawyer Depre. Now Burkowski tried to fire it over to Depre. Intercepted and stolen by DeCourty.
And nice hands there to deflect it.
Back the other way. Kicks it out to Hodgson. Swings it to Philbrook for the triple. In and out. And a foul on the rebounding action goes on Isaacs.
Be his second foul. It's also going to be 1-1 at the other end.
MDI foul on number 54, Porter Isaacs.
You mentioned it will be Sawyer Depre to shoot a 1-and-1. Eric Merchant in for MDI. And sophomore Michael Brigman in for the Vikings. Depre misses the front end. Renault all the way to the basket. Gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. Good finish there by Renault. Burkowski was riding him a little bit. Took a bump. Still able to finish. As silly as this may sound, Stevie, with 28 points on the board, the Vikings actually have gone a little bit cold here recently, but Depre able to get himself into the middle of the lane, floats one up over.
Parker Depre up to 8 points as a hold call here on the Vikings.
Caribou foul on number 20, Michael Brigman.
Foul goes on Brigman. Some moisture on the floor.
Perspiration. Mr. Worcester doing a nice job mopping it up.
Can't get the shiny shoes dirty either.
No, that is important. I think we got a trio out there today.
Lots of shine. Hodgson, 15-footer, no good. Depre.
Well, that's good execution on the play. Got him freed up at the free throw line.
Kicks it out to Bouchard. Brigman. Back over to Bouchard. Depre flashes through the middle, catches it, tries to go under Merchant. It'll stay with the Vikings as Lunt and Merchant check in.
That was a nice set play for Depre curling off the weak side. All kinds of congestion there. Vikings will get the ball back.
They lob it in, looking for Depre. Pass is a bit too strong, and it's stolen away by MDI. Caden Lunt hands off to Ethan Merchant. Tries to fire it over to Lunt. It's now loose in the backcourt. It's going to be a backcourt violation.
You know, that's a nice job by Burkowski. He really wasn't, if he was able to, he was going to run onto it and lay it in, but just put some pressure on him to make him field it.
5:20 left in the first half. We'll try to get it to Depre once again. Philbrook playing nice defense on Depre in the post.
Good hands to break up the pass.
Now there's Philbrook on the other end, blocked away by Brigman. And Parker Depre out of traffic with the basketball, leading by 12.
And the only thing there was he just caught it a little too far into the backboard. Otherwise, he'd have been able to lay it in.
Bouchard, skip pass, Brigman, wide open. Misses. Long rebound tracked down by Renault. Merchant to Lunt underneath. Brigman on him. Tough shot by Lunt. Misses, but Philbrook with the putback and one.
Yeah, all created from not blocking out. Standing, waiting for the ball to come to them. Able to keep it alive as MDI. Philbrook, the recipient.
So yeah, we mentioned in the first quarter, Caribou had 20 points after about 4 minutes. So far in the second quarter, in about a little less than 4 minutes, they only have 2 points.
And there's no question it's hard to keep that pace of scoring up, but definitely gone cold here.
Free throw missed by Philbrook, and another rebound. This time Eric Merchant lost the handle, able to find Lunt across the arc. Lob a pass for Renault. Looking for Philbrook. Fortunately for MDI, bounces right to Eric Merchant, leans in, tough shot. Almost able to get it to fall. Throwback kept it alive off of Marker. It'll stay with MDI.
Yeah, you got to admire the hustle of MDI, keeping the possessions alive.
So Lorendo in, as is Parker. Bouchard off the steal to Parker Depre, drives baseline, leans in, puts it up off the backboard and in.
Attack the basket. Again, push of the basketball. We've seen Isaac Marker use a quick first step on that right wing. This time it's Parker Depre. That's how we came to the jump stop, powered it up.
This will be 11 points in the game for Depre if he's able to make the free throw, and he's not. So it'll stay at 10. 32-20 is your score. Parker, guarded by Marker. Lunt for three, misses. Bouchard with a board.
They might have got away with a little forearm shiver there.
Depre in the corner for three, misses. Merchant launches a triple. That one doesn't fall either.
Well, that was a nice find.
Parker Depre to Sawyer. Depre can't finish. Marker, though, has it. Burkowski leans in with the left hand, puts it up and in.
Again, kept it alive.
Merchant
take advantage.
Merchant is a bit shaken up. Bouchard trying to locate the basketball, finally able to find it. Goes over to Burkowski. Out to Bouchard. Sawyer Depre. Jump pass to Burkowski for three. Parker Depre wanted to keep it alive. Lunt ahead of the field to Lorendo up with the left hand. As head coach Kyle Corrigan urging Sawyer Depre to push the basketball. Does all the way to the rim.
Well, we're getting up and down the floor, but not able to convert. Put some points on the board.
2:35 to go first half. It's a 14-point advantage for the Vikings. Charlie Parker goes out to Lunt. Back to Parker. No-look pass. Lorendo for three. And Bouchard corrals another rebound. Bouchard to Depre. Will swing it to Burkowski. Sawyer Depre drives with his left hand. Up with it. And he's fouled. The junior forward will head back to the line.
And I mean, this is the first time we've seen Caribou this year, Steve, but seen him on video a few times. Yep. But Sawyer Depre last year really more of a defensive presence inside, guarding the opponent's big man. This year really looking to attack. And you talked about dropping the 20 pounds. He's able to get out on those breaks and the recipient of running the floor and getting some easy buckets.
Sawyer Depre makes the first free throw. Ellsworth leading Presque Isle at the half, 36-32. So a good game over in Presque Isle.
Another towel needed.
Somebody's sweating out there.
We need to put some towel boys or girls on each end. They have they get the handled mop. They can come out.
Like in the NBA?
Play. Yeah, exactly. We'll have to talk to Mr. Graves about that.
Is that in the budget for RSU 39? Or?
Well, a couple mops. I don't know why.
Well, you got to pay people to be there to use it.
Well, yeah, I bet you could get volunteers.
Would you volunteer for that, Bobby?
Well, if I had the opportunity, I would. I'd
Good
be right down there.
Good for you.
Be their mentor.
What a gentleman you are. 2 minutes to go first half. DeCourty, too strong. Bouchard rebounds again. This time Depre in transition up with the runner. Doesn't fall. They battle for it. Ends up out of play. It'll stay with the Vikings.
Entering the game for MDI, number 34, Nate Philbrook.
Nate Philbrook checks in for MDI. Marker into Bouchard. Now Burkowski. They're on a set play looking for Marker. Nice defense by DeCourty. Parker Depre backdoor, catches it and lays it in.
Well, that's a tough pass. And better grab by Parker Depre along the baseline in traffic.
Parker Depre up to 12 points now as a block call on Isaac Marker.
Caribou foul on number 24, Isaac Marker.
So it'll be Charlie Parker at the charity stripe. Parker misses the first. Misses the second as well. And Parker Depre tracks down the rebound. Outlets it to Sawyer Depre. Quickly into the front court. Burkowski misses the three, in and out.
But they push the ball with a purpose. Kick it to the open man.
Philbrook around Marker. The runner blocked away by Isaac Marker. Swing pass. It's Parker. Working around the horn. Renault underneath to DeCourty. Burkowski reaching in. Forces the kick out. Now Renault jumper well short. Sawyer Depre wanted to outlet it, but it's stolen away by DeCourty. Wraparound pass from Merchant, and DeCourty will bury the 10-foot jumper.
Well, DeCourty and Merchant bottled up Depre, able to get it away from him.
(37-22), a 15-point lead for Caribou. Second quarter action. 38.9 seconds on the clock. They get it into Parker Depre. And now Alex Bouchard, the point guard, senior. Hands off to Parker Depre. Oh, Sawyer Depre. See if Caribou looks for the final shot here. Sawyer Depre has it. Hand off to Parker. 15 seconds to go, first half. Bouchard with it. Now to Parker Depre, 5 seconds. Depre isolates, crosses over, kicks it over to Burkowski. Misses the three, and that will do it for the first half of play. The score 37-22. Caribou with the lead. Yeah, and that was a two teams that like to play high-paced basketball, and we got it there in the firibou half, Bobby, is Caribou and MDI really got up and down the floor.
Well, they certainly did, and Caribou jumped out early, had 28 first quarter points, I believe, but only able to put up 9 in the second quarter. So MDI got their feet underneath them defensively, didn't allow them to get out on those breaks, and Caribou settled for a lot of the three-point shots. Really didn't get them to go in that second quarter.
So the score at the half, 37-22. We will take a 3-minute break. We'll come back with our Katahdin Trust Company halftime show after this on WHOU.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12-passenger limousines and a 20-passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in-state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Be good for Nana, okay? I love you. That's not me.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. CountyFCU.org.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
County.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Back on WHOU for our Katahdin Trust Company halftime show. The score at the half, Caribou 37, MDI 22. Some first half numbers for you for the MDI Trojans. They were led by Nate Philbrick, who had 6 points, Porter Isaacs with 5, Eric Merchant with 3, Jack DeCordy, Caden Lunt, and Brady Renault with 2 apiece. On the other side for Caribou, Parker Depre had 12, Sawyer Depre with 11, Isaac Marker had 7, 3 from Alex Bouchard, and 2 from Ethan Holdsworth and Jake Burkowski. So your first look at Caribou. We were talking during the break there about they shoot a lot of threes, but they are an athletic team that has the capability to really dominate inside with Parker and Sawyer Depre.
Well, yes, I thought maybe they only put up 28 in the first quarter and 9 in the second quarter. Settled for the 3-ball maybe a little bit more than they should have. When they attacked the rim, they were either getting baskets or drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. MDI really got their feet underneath them defensively in the second quarter. It was a whirlwind in the first quarter. Caribou was getting up and down the floor and really outrunning them, but did a much better job of stuffing and bottling up the outlet passes and not allowing Caribou to get those easy buckets in transition.
MDI in that second quarter had much better luck as far as defensively against Caribou, as they had 28 points in the first quarter, only 9, as you mentioned, the second quarter. And, well, Nate Philbrick, and early impressed with his activity underneath and his fight, and really no surprise with MDI how tenacious they are defensively.
Well, we knew that coming in.
Yeah.
Exactly. The names may change, but that's exactly the way the kids are going to play for Coach Norwood. And, Philbrick, he gets after it on the floor. They all get after it. And, they also struggled. They had some open looks from behind the arc or the field and just did not get those to fall either. Otherwise, it would be a lot closer game if they could connect on a few points offensively. I thought they did a nice job, end of the first quarter, start of the second, of trying to establish Isaacs in the post, but went away from it as the quarter wore on. But he was able to catch the ball deep and do some good things with it.
So some games upcoming for you on WHOU for us. We are off until Wednesday, New Year's Day. This was supposed to be a day off for me, Bobby, but I have to come in. I know it's a day off for you, but you're on vacation right now, aren't you?
Correct. Yes, until next Thursday. Yep. But you mean your place of employment doesn't give you holidays?
New Year's Day? Well, I was supposed to be off,
okay.
but now I got to come broadcast a doubleheader.
There you go.
As we'll have Ellsworth and Caribou at 2:30 and 4 as the Eagles will make the trip north. And then we'll be right back here on Saturday as well, as we'll get a look at the really surprising people a lot. Washington Academy Raiders earlier in the season, they defeated Ellsworth on the road. They will come up to take on the Caribou Vikings. That'll be on January 4th on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing the Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. With the Presque Isle Caribou playing them, one goes down there, the other one comes up here, so we only get to see them once a year, but quite an undertaking. Dean Preston's running both ball clubs, boys and girls, down there for the Raiders. And you're right. They came on the scene, and when they travel to Ellsworth, their opener, and pick up the W, it opened up a lot of people's eyes. And they've, I understand they got some good guard play and a 6'4", 6'5" guy that can, be active inside. And
yeah, Jax Lynn may be probably one. You think these Caribou kids are quick? When you see Jax Lynn handle the basketball, and his first step is incredibly quick, it's very difficult to stay in front of him, and he creates a lot of problems for defenses.
Well, exactly. I mean, you have to give him that extra space. Yeah. If you do, if you don't, he goes by you. If you do, he can also knock down some shots. So he's definitely, that's a name from WA that we've heard, the last few years. Yep. So you're right. Looking forward to seeing them play.
But in this second half, Bobby, as far as for MDI, say, what are you looking to try? How do you slow down Caribou?
Well, I mean, they got to continue to do a good job when Caribou gets a rebound. They've double-teamed it at times to jam up the outlet pass and slow them down. And they have to get back. Maybe you dedicate 2 kids. You're not offensive rebounding. You're just getting back and bottling up their transition and slowing them down that way.
So we'll take a 1-minute break in our Catan Trust. Go ahead, Bobby. You got something to say?
Well, the other thing is make shots.
Yeah, making shots, I guess, is the key. You'd be right on that one. Good analysis by you. Take a 1-minute break in our Catan Trust Company halftime show. When we come back, we'll get the third quarter underway on WHOU.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Cotton Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
WHOU getting set for the third quarter. Caribou leading MDI 37-22. Caribou will start the second half with the basketball. Depre will trigger it into fellow senior Alex Bouchard. Picked up by Brady Renault. Marker, Sawyer Depre, Bouchard, Holdsworth, Parker Depre, left-hand dribble in the lane. The runner wouldn't go, and the board down to Porter Isaacs. Philbrook, 6 points in that first half. Pass intercepted. Parker Depre to Isaac Marker. Goes back to Parker Depre. Couldn't quite handle the pass, though. In transition, back the other way. Lunt for 3, connects.
Oh, that's a good start for MDI. Knocking down the 3 ball. Done a nice job a couple times slowing the Vikings down in transition.
Sawyer Depre, a screen set by Parker Depre, goes out to Holdsworth, out of Bouchard, behind the back dribble, away from traffic, gets it to Parker Depre, left-hand dribble, guarding him is Philbrook. Sawyer Depre attacks off the dribble, a lot of contact, let him play, it goes off the basket suspension, and it will be out of bounds to MDI.
We talked about the college football playoffs today, that's 1st and 10.
We saw Logan Martin play the other day for Foxcroft Academy. He was going through the A-gap quite a bit.
He did. When he got his shoulders squared up to the end line, he was tough to keep in front. Time, I think Sawyer Depre might have got away with the player control foul.
Renault goes to Philbrook, left-hand dribble, gets around Marker, got him in the air, and he's able to finish a 10-point ball game.
That's a nice feel. Marker had his hand on him. He's able to feel him. Got him in the air and then goes by him as he's coming down. Nice start for the Trojans.
Bouchard can't chase it down, but he's able to throw it off of Lunt.
That's a heads-up play. Saving the possession.
Renault. It's MDI right now, tenacious on the defensive end. Caribou having a difficult time getting set up.
Ramping up the pressure.
Depre across the arc. They work it around the horn to Holdsworth. Now all the way to Marker. Mid-range jumper. Back iron. Isaacs will clear it. And MDI can cut the lead down to single digits here.
Yeah, the Caribou faithful wanted the double dribble, but really would not have been.
Depre, the putback doesn't go. But he's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. As you see the Caribou fans getting very excited at any opportunity that Parker Depre has to.
Yeah, that was a great follow.
Put the ball in the basket. If he's able to knock down a free throw here, it will be a milestone in his career.
He couldn't believe it. Around the rim and out.
But you see, everybody gets very excited when it's almost
the last couple times he's touched the ball, they have.
And that is 1,000 points in the career of senior Parker Depre as he knocks down the free throw, and we'll get a standing ovation from the Caribou faithful.
Well, a fine milestone. Are they going to let him shoot the second one? Are they going to stop the game right here?
They're going to pause the game briefly for a special announcement with Parker Depre scoring his 1,000 point. And Bobby, we've done his game since he was a freshman.
Yep.
Came onto the scene, and he started as a freshman, and last year really came onto the scene as one of the better players, I think, in really not only Northern Maine, but in the state of Maine.
Yeah, each year, from freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, even in this year, each year he's gotten considerably better offensively, defensively.
So now he will be joined by his brother Sawyer Depre and his parents Amy and Ryan will come onto the floor.
Also has sister Madeline there.
And Dane Savage will also come on the floor. He was the last 1,000 point scorer for Caribou.
Yeah, over the entrance there, they've got their 1,000 point scoring wall. Looks like 12 players already up there. He will be the 13th.
Parker becomes the 14th player in the history of Caribou Vikings basketball to reach 1,000 points.
It's always a tremendous feat to be able to put your name on that wall, 1,000 points. But
athletic director Evan Graves will take the game ball, and he'll be able to take that home with him. Impressive feat for the senior.
And a lot of respect from MDI as well. Giving him, shaking his hand here and recognizing the accomplishment. And what's even better is, obviously last year bringing home the gold ball as well. It's one thing to score the 1,000, but to be part of a championship team is in doing so.
So he needed 13. He's now got 14 in the game. As underneath Philbrook, the putback by Isaacs able to get it to go.
Hey, got his fingertips on it.
So it's a 10-point game now. Isaac Marker, his shot attempt came up short. He's looking for a foul call. He won't get it. Renault into the front court. Now out to Lunt for 3. Back iron. Bouchard will hold it in.
Ooh, that'd have been a big one.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold call in the backcourt. With 5:22 remaining in the third quarter.
MDI using the full court pressure. That also contributes. They're not necessarily trying to create a turnover in the backcourt, but just slows Caribou down. Won't let them get out in the open floor.
Depre underneath, up with the runner. The putback by Sawyer Depre is there.
And that time, MDI caught watching the ball, and nobody blocks out Sawyer Depre on the weak side.
Philbrook underneath looking for Isaacs, deflected by Marker. Now the outlet to Parker Depre. MDI gets back on defense. Bouchard. Sawyer Depre, jab step, left-hand dribble, into the paint, tough shot. Couldn't get it over Isaacs. Gets it back, but it's going to be a travel call on Depre.
Solid defense by Porter Isaacs, holding his ground. Depre runs into him with his hands straight up in the air. Causes the turnover. Right now, MDI has turned this into the grinded-out kind of pace they need, Stevie. Vikings made it a track meet early. Put 28 points on the board in the first quarter, but been held down here for a quarter and a half.
Renault across the arc over to Eric Merchant. Now Ethan Merchant. They work it around. Renault for three. He left it short. DeCourty out battles Holdsworth for the rebound. Eric Merchant thought about the triple. Instead elects for a runner. That one wouldn't fall either. Still bouncing around. It's a hot potato underneath the basket. It ends up out of play. It'll be MDI basketball.
Well, there's a couple mistimed jumps there on the rebound, and that time I believe that was Holdsworth that mistimed it and couldn't bring it in.
Inbound it to Philbrook. Rips it through into the paint. Shot blocked by Marker. And they're going to get him for contact on the forearm.
Well, you mentioned Philbrook at halftime. Just a solid athlete, attacking the basket. That time you coming left, had to shoot it back right. That gave Marker the opportunity to get his hand in there, and they're whistling for the foul.
So it'll be Nate Philbrook at the free throw line for two. Makes the first. Misses the second, and Parker Depre will clear it for the Vikings. Bouchard with Renault on his hip gets fouled, and now Bouchard will head to the line. .41-30 to go in the third quarter, 3:56 to play. Bouchard misses the first. Gets that one to creep over the front of the iron. Bouchard, one of the biggest leaders in assists per game.
Well, he's got lots of opportunities. Oh, and Depre gets away with the reach in.
Ball loose on the hardwood. Three players on the floor. It'll instead comes eventually to Philbrook, and he'll lay it up and in.
Oh, the fortuitous bounce created from the hustle of the MDI kids.
Marker in the paint up with a runner, and now he's going to head to the line for two. Back and forth we go, Bobby.
Indeed. It doesn't take much time for these kids to go from one end to the other. And that's what the Vikings really need to try to get this back into that track meet.
So it was 36-32 at the half. Ellsworth now leads Presque Isle 64-42 at the end of three quarters. So Ellsworth really put the clamps down in that third quarter.
Yeah, we talk about the third quarter being important, and right now MDI win in the third quarter right here.
As we get Isaac Marker, he missed the first free throw. Makes the second. Tell you what, I need more phones, Bobby.
You need to be. You're like Adam Schefter. You ought to have 4 or 5 going all at once. Your sources, bringing in the scores and updates. You got to return them.
I got texts from people wanting score updates, and it's unbelievable. Loose ball here. Marker deflects it away from Lorendo. Now Parker harassed by Depre. That's going to be a kick ball, I think, on Parker Depre.
Well, you're 1 for 2 in this game. All over that call, my friend.
Ethan Merchant out across the arc. It's an 11-point lead for the Vikings. Merchant leans in, rattles out. Lorendo with a putback, got fouled by Holdsworth.
Well, I got to say, Stevie, the Vikings fall into a tendency to watch shots go up, not block out. And in this case, Lorendo is awarded. First time it's been single digits. About 2 minutes into the first quarter.
Free throw missed. Depre and Philbrook tie up. Possession arrow favors MDI. So right now, the board battle being completely won by MDI.
Well, more than the board battle. MDI dominating the first 5 minutes here.
And a timeout called here. It's a 60-second timeout called by Justin Norwood. We'll take it with him. 9-point advantage for the Vikings back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home healthcare.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment technology, you will be amazed at how quickly your new skills will open a world of opportunity. Visit us online today at nmcc.edu. Northern Maine Community College. Succeed here.
Philbrook backs down. Depre fades away. Misfires. Holdsworth has the rebound, and now Parker Depre into the front court. MDI's done a nice job slowing Caribou down in transition. As I say that, Depre's able to get to the rim.
Well, it looked like they were going to slow him down for a second, but he blows by. Sawyer Depre comes up limping here. Didn't see what happened, but he's going to have to come to the sideline.
Corey Herbert will check in for Sawyer Depre. Sawyer Depre will head back to the trainer's room. Bouchard around Parker, hands off to Holdsworth. Bouchard. Herbert. Marker from long range. Swish.
Herbert was going to set the screen for him. He says, no thanks, young fella. I got this.
Back out to a 14-point advantage for the Vikings.
Well, and that's just that fast. Trojans headed down to 9. A couple possessions later, back to 14.
Merchant bats it out to the other Merchant. And that was steal by Parker Depre. He's bumped from behind by Eric Merchant. And that'll be the 5th team foul on the Trojans.
Hey, geared down there as Merchant was coming from behind and steamrolls him.
MDI foul on number 24, Eric Merchant.
Herbert with it on the far wing. Bouchard will hand off to Parker Depre. Now to Marker, just hit 1 3. Said he'll elect to pull up for a 16-footer and buries another one.
Well, after the timeout, Vikings come out and knock down 7 quick ones.
Back out to a 16-point lead.
But 3 much better possessions for the Vikings in getting those 7 points.
Merchant drives on Depre, and we're going to get a foul call on Parker Depre. That'll be a reach-in. His second, excuse me.
Caribou foul on number 22, Parker Depre. Inching 8 for MDI, number 22, Jack DeCourty, and number 44, Will Hodgson.
Will Hodgson and Jack DeCourty check in. Marker called for the kicking violation. Lobs it into Ethan Merchant. Now Parker pulls up. Misses. Parker Depre behind the back. Evades traffic. Now lost the handle. Able to pick it back up. Bouchard out to Herbert. Thought about it. Swings it to Holdsworth. He attacks. Euro steps to the basket. And Holdsworth will get 2 at the line.
Just the one extra pass. You mentioned Click Herbert was going to be able to pull the trigger, but kicks it over to Holdsworth.
His father Jack was telling him to shoot that one.
There's a fellow that knows how to shoot the half-court shot.
Well, he came into the building. He was here for about a minute, and he won the half-court shot.
Yeah, all of a sudden he was out shooting the half-court shot at the girls' game.
Holdsworth misses the first, makes the second. .45 seconds to play, third quarter. A foul call here on Holdsworth as he bumped DeCourty.
Yep. Couldn't beat him to the spot. On that curl, we've seen MDI run it. We've seen Caribou run it. Weak side curl down the lane.
DeCourty misses the first. Lunt in for Parker. DeCourty makes the second. .16 lead for the Vikings. Herbert around his defender, kicks it out to Marker for 3, rattles out.
Well, they had the floor spread. Herbert gets a hand on the outlet pass.
Out of Bouchard, pulls out from 13, cans it.
Nice pull-up, good find by Marker. Just going to get an official timeout. The ball rolls away. So 9 up to 18, Stevie. I think MDI scored 1 point since Coach Corrigan called the timeout.
Change of defense here. Bouchard with the quick hands almost came away with the steal. DeCourty almost lost the handle. Herbert tried to poke it loose. Burkowski almost up with the interception. Renault, little runner, doesn't fall. Saved by Hodgson. Still up for grabs, and Parker Depre comes away with it. Out to Bouchard, 2 seconds on the clock. Bouchard will lay it up and in.
That's great recognition that Alex Bouchard is going to be able to get out ahead of everybody. Depre thought about taking the long one. Turns into 2 points.
Score at the end of 3. It's 55-35. Caribou with the lead. We're back in 60 seconds for the final stanza after this on WHOU.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. We stand ready to serve all your new and used heavy equipment needs. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support and around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our certified technicians and parts specialists alongside our product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
It is. Didn't appear to be limping. Gonna speculate it might be an ankle. Got it taped up and ready to go.
Depre on the handoff.
What's it gonna be?
Got both referees have a foul. We'll see if it's offensive or block or a charge. It's gonna be a block.
I think it was long before the actual collision that we saw in the aftermath.
I think Coach Corrigan trying to call a timeout. He gets one. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it with Coach Corrigan. 20-point lead for the Vikings just underway in the fourth quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
The S.W. Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the S.W. Collins Company.
It's never too early to start planning for your future, whether that means protecting your family with life insurance, college planning, or starting to save for retirement. I want to help you get started.
Regardless of your age, it's important to start planning for your financial future now. And as you inch closer to retirement, it's important for you to protect your assets, your retirement income, and your family.
Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Thompson Hamel, LLC. Your family, your future.
To give him a shot attempt on that foul? I mean, that's heads-up play because it really should have been one-on-one.
He was not shooting. It should have been a one-and-one. But anyways, so it will be a two-shot foul. He misses them both.
He didn't even believe he was shooting.
Okay, we're going to hand check call here on Michael Brigman.
You know, we were talking during the timeout to Stevie about Coach Corrigan took that one, but we'd like to know what he said the timeout before. As MDI had cut the lead down to 9, and they come out and only give up one more point the rest of the way.
Isaacs kicks it out to Lunt. Herbert gets around Isaacs, creates the turnover. Depre turns on the afterburners, and he'll lay it up and in.
Well, Renault gave him the right side of the lane, and he took it. Long arms, able to reach in and use the window. But all created by, again, we've seen some great post defense from the Vikings. Moving the feet, getting around. That time it was Herbert.
DeCourty's shot was well off the mark, but right there is Will Hodgson for the putback.
Good position on the weak side.
Gerber right now spreads the floor. Marker drives left. Tried to dump it underneath to Herbert. It was blocked by Isaacs. As Philbrook is in for Lunt.
Big fella made himself a presence in there quite a few times this afternoon. That time met it at the top.
The inbound to Herbert. Post entry pass looking for Parker Depre. Knocked loose by Philbrook. And that was steal for MDI. Philbrook lowers his shoulder, attacks the rim, gets it blocked away by Burkowski.
Nice timing there by Burkowski when he showed it. Able to get his hand on it.
Caribou right now content to run some clock with the 20-point advantage. Herbert in the corner will skip it to Brigman. And fire it over to Burkowski.
Yeah, it's a great chance. Just keep the ball moving. Look for something going to the basket.
As Philbrook reaching in, committing the foul.
We'll send Depre back to the line. This time for a 1-and-1.
MDI foul, number 34, Nate Philbrook.
Holdsworth checks in for Brigman. Depre misses the first. Ellsworth defeats Prescal 74-59. So the Eagles travel and pick up the victory. Marker's pass is deflected and stolen by DeCourty. Depre gets the offensive foul as he beat DeCourty to the spot. Ethan Merchant will check in for Hodgson. Gordy looked like he was headed to the free throw line to take a free throw, but heading the other way.
Entering the game for MDI, number 10, Ethan Merchant. Also into the game for MDI, number 20, Maddox Lorndo.
We're confused right now if there's a timeout or not. There's some discussion with Coach Norwood and two officials, but it's just some more condensation, some perspiration.
Must be a leak in the ceiling here.
Oh.
Happens more down to our left than over here to the right.
Resume play. Depre will haul in the pass from Marker. 5.5 remaining in the final quarter. The Vikings lead 57-37. Marker trying to dump it underneath the Depre. Fortuitous bounce right back to him. Attacks baseline, gets his defender up in the air, fades away, and rattles it home.
Nice use of the ball fake there. Shakes the defender.
Marker's got 15 in the game. Ethan Merchant leans in, can't convert. It goes off of Ethan Merchant, and it'll be Caribou basketball. Yeah, there's a couple subs checking in. It'll be just DeCourty. Singular sub. We hit the 5-minute mark remaining in this one. Marker, Burkowski. Jumper's missed. Holdsworth will corral the offensive board. He'll put up the floater. Can't get the roll. Still kept alive by Burkowski, but recovered by DeCourty. And we get a foul call. It's going to go on Herbert, I believe.
Oh, it could be Herbert or Holdsworth. They had him sandwiched.
Caribou foul on number 40, Corey Herbert.
Spot on. 2 for 3.
We're getting up there. Get the percentage back up there. Pass. 2 MDI players go for it, and it goes off one sneaker, and will be Viking basketball.
There's Merchant and Renault. Little miscommunication.
Herbert crosses over, finds some space. Depre will swing it to Burkowski. Herbert gets around Isaacs, and a foul committed by MDI.
That's good patience there by Herbert. Just kind of waited for a lane to clear up and then put it on the deck.
So it'll be Corey Herbert at the line. Misses the first.
Any predictions for the football later on today, Stevie?
I know Cleve, our camera guy, just says throw away the points, pick the Buckeyes.
Yeah, well, when you start listening to him, then...
But he's mushed a lot of things.
Yeah. Yep, you have got that correct. So everybody out there, load up heavy on Clemson.
Renault, underneath, hangs in the air, gets fouled by Burkowski. I'll be honest with you, Bobby, I don't follow college football that much.
I don't either.
I don't.
I mean, if I were to take a guess, I'm going to say LSU and Clemson are the two teams I'm going to pick, and I know nothing about any one of them. I saw Lee Corso. Well, I do know a little bit of Trevor Lawrence. I know Trevor Lawrence. I'm going with Sunshine.
You know Joe Burrow, too.
I do know Joe Burrow.
As Renault misses the free throw. Camera guy's got to take a headset off because he can't listen to us talk about this. Because he's just all in on the Buckeyes. Renault gets set for the second. Goes 1 for 2. Down to a 21-point lead for MDI. Now a trap in the corner. Herbert has it stolen away. Philbrook with it in the corner. Underneath, DeCourty travels with it.
Well, nice job creating the turnover on the offensive end of the floor, but couldn't maintain the pivot foot.
And we're going to get a foul call here on DeCourty. So Corey Herbert will head right back to the line with 4:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. I am looking forward to going home and probably going to bed, Bobby.
Yeah, you haven't been feeling well here this afternoon.
No.
Struck you all of a sudden.
I don't know for the Scotcheroos I had or not, but Herbert makes the first. Camera guy is very distracted on his phone right now. LSU is up 42-14 in the second quarter.
Well, there.
So Jalen Hurts will probably not come away with a win there. No Boomer Sooner here. .350 to go in the fourth quarter. 22-point lead for the Vikings. Renault attacks the rim. And the rebound down to Holdsworth. Renault on him. Go out to Burkowski. Marker in the corner. Pass deflected by DeCourty. Renault. Now Philbrook. Bit of a helter-skelter play here, Bobby.
Well, it was, but nice job by Philbrook to dance around Herbert and lay it in.
Depre. Marker. Thought about attacking the rim. Said he'll bring it back out. Slow things down. Reach and call on Philbrook here. I believe that may be maybe 4 on him, I believe. He's got 13 points in the game, 4 fouls. As Riley Bouchard will get set to check in for Caribou. As will his older brother, Alex. Depre struggling from the free throw line so far tonight. Marker and Herbert check out. Second one in the air for Depre. Misfires that one as well. DeCourty, jumper, off the mark. Beats Bouchard to the basketball, and then Alex Bouchard commits the foul. The first on Alex Bouchard. So DeCourty is at the line for a 1-and-1. Gets the friendly bounce on the front end. Second one in the air. Comes up short. Now it's a loose ball. Scooped up by Holdsworth. In transition. Depre to Bouchard. He'll lay it up and in.
That's a great pass. One-handed catch. All in the same motion. Beautiful.
Philbrook for 3. Got it. Burkowski to Bouchard. Can't answer. Riley Bouchard trying to hand off to his older brother, Alex Bouchard, and a bit of miscommunication there.
Get out in the open floor. Merchant gets a bump from Parker Depre as he goes in.
Caribou foul on number 22, Parker Depre.
Looks like a timeout called by Caribou. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. 60-second break, 62-44. Caribou leads. Back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken combination to vegetarian pizza or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
From kitchen excellence to building damage, owning your own restaurant comes with a lot of liabilities.
Among drivers, vehicles, and business property, there's a lot of exposure.
If our equipment fails, we know United Insurance has us covered.
For us, finding the right words for marketing campaigns is simple. Finding the right insurance is not. That's why it's nice to know United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
The United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
Caribou High School, the Vikings lead it by 18 with 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Merchant makes the first free throw. Makes the second as well. Bouchard into the front court, 16-point lead for the Vikings. Swing it to Burkowski in the corner. Bouchard underneath. Riley Bouchard gets his man up in the air, and he'll lay it up and in. Brother connection.
Couple brother combos out there, Bouchards and Depre's. That's going to be, they're going to call a player control on Isaacs, but there's no way Parker Depre goes down that easy.
I think head coach Justin Orr would agree with you as he took a big bite out of his tie.
Yeah, he might be missing a piece of the lower end of his tie. And once again,
get some more sweat on the floor. Yeah, you're going to have to get some more towels out of the back here. I think the other one probably is just spreading more moisture onto the court the more you use it.
At this point, that would be a good guess.
You got a nice, fresh, clean one. Minute 53 to go. 64-46 is the score. Caribou with the advantage with Burkowski, Holdsworth, both Bouchards, and Parker Depre out there.
Hey, you know, we talk about, once again, MDI got their feet underneath them. Caribou kind of hit them with the roundhouse in the early going there that first quarter, but it's really been, after that, MDI's been right there with them.
Parker Depre knifing his way through the defense. Kicks it out to Bouchard. Into the paint. Little runner. Back iron. DeCourty lobs a pass to Renault. Now Ethan Merchant drives baseline. Up and under with a reverse. Going to be called for steps. Parker Depre in the backcourt will lob it to Alex Bouchard.
Again, you know, talk about the early start that the Vikings had, but they also had a huge close of that third quarter, a 12-run run after Coach Corrigan called the timeout when MDI had cut it to 9. They answered the call there as well. And, you know, we talk about teams, they're able to stick and hang around with the Vikings, but in the long run, they've just been wearing them down.
Yep. It'll be Ethan Holdsworth headed to the line.
MDI foul on number 12, Brady Renault.
Holdsworth at the line. This is the first. Holdsworth off the mark on the second as well. Renault for three. Can't connect. Long rebound chased down. Holdsworth lost the handle, and now DeCourty, the floater. Depre will clear it. 35 seconds to go. Bouchard into the front court. It's Holdsworth.
I think you get mugged there.
Philbrook reaching in, and finally Depre gets the foul call. He'll go back to the charity stripe.
MDI foul on number 34, Nate Philbrook.
Philbrook will foul out with 16 points as the leading scorer for the Trojans. Depre makes the first. Makes the second as well. 20 points in the game for Parker Depre. He'll check out.
Including his thousandth of his career. Nice accomplishment for the young man.
4 players in double figures for the Vikings. Burkowski has it. And they will let time expire, and that will do it. Caribou picks up the victory, 66-46 over MDI. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back for their Pat's Pizza postgame show after this on WHOU.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Herring Brothers Meats has been in business in the Central Maine area for over 100 years. They are a federal USDA plant that provides processing of beef, pork, lamb, and goat by appointment and is also MOFGA certified. Herring Brothers also has a full retail store able to cut to your needs. They offer beef, pork, chicken, specialty sausage, and their famous Wicked Good beef jerky.
Outfit your vehicle for tough jobs with commercial truck body and accessories at Main Equipment in Herman, Maine. At Main Equipment Company, we sell and install truck bodies, lift systems, garbage removal applications, and snow and sand spreading applications. Storage boxes and bed liners is also available. Call us at 207-848-5738. Dump bodies, hook lift hoists, truck bodies, sand and salt spreaders, rubbish packers. The right fit for your truck. The premier company in the state of Maine. Main Equipment Company.
We all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock. Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. Steelstone Industries is your aggregate supplier. You can visit Steelstone Industries at 154 Steelstone Street in Holton.
Back on WHOU at Caribou High School, the Vikings pick up the victory here, 66-46 over MDI. Some final numbers for you for MDI. They were led by Nate Philbrook with 16 points. They got Porter Isaacs with 7, Caden Lunt with 5, Jack DeCourty with 4, Eric Merchant with 3, Ethan Merchant, Brady Renault, Maddox Lorendo, and Will Hodgson with 2 apiece. Other side for Caribou, led by Parker Depre with 20 points, Isaac Marker with 15, 13 from Sawyer Depre, Alex Bouchard with 10, Ethan Holdsworth with 3, Jake Burkowski and Riley Bouchard both with 2. Wrap it up real quick in our Pat's Pizza postgame show. Just the final scores again today. The MDI girls picked up the victory 47-39, and then the Caribou boys with the victory 66-46. Next broadcast for us on WHOU, it'll be Next week, on New Year's Day, January 1st, it will be Ellsworth and Caribou. Those games are at 2:30 and 4 o'clock. We'll have them for you right back here at Caribou High School. For everybody involved in the broadcast, Tim Youngfellow, our producer, camera guy, John Humphrey, broadcast partner, Bobby Russell, I'm Steve Carmichael. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.